Sound of a blaring cockpit alarm and violent shaking. Mayday, 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 we are going down. Engine failure. I repeat, we are going down. Sound cuts to silence. These are often the last words anyone ever hears from a doomed flight. A final, desperate call into the void. We all know the word. Mayday. But what if I told you that its origin has nothing to do with a code, a secret military protocol, or the month of May? The truth is far more human, and far more tragic. Most people assume Mayday is some kind of official, sterile term. Or perhaps it's connected to May Day, the 1st of May. A celebration. An international holiday. The very opposite of a disaster. But common knowledge is often just a popular lie. The real story isn't found in a manual, it's found in the noise and chaos of the past. Let's travel back to the 1920s. The dawn of commercial aviation. Flying wasn't a routine commute, it was a daring, often deadly, adventure. These early aircraft were fragile, and the technology holding them together was brand new, including the radio. Before voice, ships in trouble used Morse code. SOS. 3 dots, 3 dashes, 3 dots. Simple. Unmistakable. But on a shaky, roaring airplane, with a pilot fighting for control, tapping out a code wasn't practical. And shouting SOS over a crackling voice radio was easily lost in the static. They needed a new word. A word for the age of voice. The problem fell to one man, Frederick Stanley Mockford, the senior radio officer at Croydon Airport in London. At the time, Croydon was one of the busiest international airports in the world. Mockford was tasked with finding a single, universal distress word that any pilot, in any amount of panic, could scream into their radio, and be understood. Now, here's the secret. The key to this puzzle wasn't in London. It was across the English Channel, in Paris. A huge portion of the air traffic at Croydon was coming from Le Bourget Airport in Paris. The pilots were often French. Mockford needed a word that would be instantly clear to both English-speaking ground control and French-speaking pilots. He didn't invent a word. He simply listened. What is the French phrase for "help me"? Maydays. Pronounced, Mayday. Say it quickly, with an English accent, in a panic. Maydays. It sounds familiar, doesn't it? Mockford proposed the word Mayday, a phonetic bastardization of a desperate French plea. That's the dirty secret. The most critical distress signal in the English-speaking world isn't a code. It's a mispronunciation. An anglicized version of a foreign cry for help, chosen for convenience. A linguistic accident that became the global standard for terror in the skies. The procedure is to say it 3 times. Mayday, Mayday, Mayday. This isn't just for dramatic effect. It's a practical rule designed to cut through the noise, the static, and the confusion of a busy radio channel, ensuring that the message of ultimate distress is never, ever missed. So the next time you hear that word in a movie, or read it in a headline, remember the truth. It's not just a signal. It's a ghost. The echo of a French pilot's plea, forever trapped in the language of their rivals, broadcasted at the worst possible moment. A permanent reminder that in our final seconds, we are all just asking for a little help. The truth is rarely clean. It's often buried in noise, compromise, and desperation. You thought Mayday was a simple code. Now you know it's a plea, lost in translation. Now you know the darkness behind the trivia. Hunt responsibly.